Fact 1. Andrzej Sapkowski, the author of the Witcher series, initially didn't like the games. Despite blessing the use of his license for the project, Sapkowski repeatedly spoke about his indifference towards video games, claiming they can't tell a story like a novel can. However, he eventually warmed up to the idea and complimented CD Projekt Red, the game's developer, for their success. Fact 2. The author sold the game rights for a lump sum rather than royalties. He didn't think the video games would be a success, so he opted for a one-time payment instead of a percentage of the game's sales. It's a decision that he came to regret, as the game series has sold millions of copies worldwide. Fact 3. Geralt wasn't always supposed to be a monster hunter. The idea of Geralt becoming a witcher was not introduced until later drafts of the story. Initially, Sapkowski wrote Geralt as a character who was merely associated with witchers. Fact 4. The series draws heavily on Slavic mythology. The creatures, folklore, and setting of the Witcher series are deeply rooted in Slavic mythology. For example, the Striga, a woman transformed into a monster by a curse, comes directly from Polish folklore. Fact 5. The law of surprise is based on real mythologies. This concept, central to the Witcher series, has its roots in war and medieval traditions in multiple cultures where a savior could ask for something the saved person doesn't know they have as a reward, often leading to surprising results. Fact 6. Wiedźmin, the Witcher in Polish, was originally a short story. The expansive Witcher saga began its life as a simple short story written by Sapkowski for a contest in Fantastica, a Polish science fiction magazine. Fact 7. The look of Geralt in the last game was inspired by the actor that played him in a Polish TV series, Michael Zabrowski. Fact 8. The Witcher series was initially a pentalogy. The saga used to consist of 5 books, starting with Blood of Elves, until prequels The Last Wish and Sword of Destiny were added later. Fact 9. Geralt is one of the last Witchers. Geralt was among the final Witchers created before the attack on Kaer Morhen, their fortress, which killed many of the Witchers and lost the secrets to creating more. Fact 10. Triss Merigold was originally a minor character. She wasn't supposed to have a significant role, but her character was expanded and made more prominent in the video games. Fact 11. The Witcher's neutral moral compass is unique for fantasy settings. Unlike traditional fantasy heroes, Geralt often remains neutral and doesn't always strive to uphold justice, which is more realistic and relatable. Fact 12. There is a Witcher school in Poland. The College of Wizardry offers fans of the franchise the opportunity to live out their Witcher fantasies in a setting quite similar to the world depicted in the book and game series. Fact 13. The Witcher 3 was almost entirely developed by Polish developers. CD Projekt Red's workforce is primarily based in Poland, with only a small percentage of people from other countries. Fact 14. The video games take place after the events of the books. While the games draw heavily on the book's storyline, they follow events not covered by Sapkowski in his series. Fact 15. Ciri wasn't in the first game. The first Witcher game featured many familiar characters, but Ciri, a critical character in the later games and the book series, didn't make an appearance. Fact 16. Sapkowski doesn't consider the games canon. Despite their popularity, Sapkowski doesn't view the game's events as official narrative to the Witcher's story. Fact 17. It's unclear whether the Witcher is human. Geralt's mutations are what make him a Witcher, but it's never explicitly stated whether he was born human or something else. Fact 18. Geralt carries 2 swords, but not initially in the books. His silver sword to slay monsters and a steel one for humans is a popular feature in the games, but in the books, Geralt only carried the silver sword on his horse, Roach. Fact 19. Yennefer of Vengerberg is actually older than Geralt. Despite her youthful appearance, Yennefer is older than Geralt by about 20 years. Fact 20. The Witcher sign is actually a medieval protective symbol. Signs used by Witchers in combat to cast spells are based on medieval protection symbols. Fact 21. There is a board game based on The Witcher. Not as widely known as the books or video games, the board game enables fans of the franchise to delve deeper into the universe of The Witcher.